let's look at how you create a slider. A slider, really quick, is an object that you can move around and it stays along a particular path. On this one here, I just have sliders that's on a vocabulary term sheet, and when we read the vocabulary term, you slide out the picture of the term and so on. Sliders you can make go up and down or left to right, so vertically or horizontally is the way they label it. What's nice about sliders is it gives you the ability to put more content on a page without covering up stuff on the page. So this could be instructions on assignment that you slide out. I've had it where I've had my lesson objectives that I slide out and slide back and things like that. Just gives you the ability to put more information on a single page, but yet still have it out of the way, easy to grab and move around. Another type of slider is one that you can make follow a path. As we see this red dot here and you see that black line, we're going to make this dot follow right along that path, so no matter how I move my mouse or move my pin, it stays on that path right there. And that's kind of cool feature, and you can do a lot of stuff with this type of slider. You can even make it kind of a magic trick where we change the black line into a white line, so now it's like invisible on that background, and then we just make that dot slide and follow that same path, but they can't see that it's on that object or that line to be that path. Alright, let's look at how we create these things. To create a slider, let's just start with this blue box first, and then we'll group these other objects to it in a minute. If you're starting with just one object, all you got to do is click on the object and then open up your browser. In your browser, across the top, we're going to look at the property browser right there. It's the one that looks like a sheet of paper. In the property browser right now, you'll notice I have a lot of menus up. If you ever come to your property browser and it looks like this, let me pin it so it's closed. Notice I only have a few. That's because I haven't got an object selected on the page. Watch what happens to this property browser over here when I click on this blue box. There they all are. So if you ever go to the page, there's not many, to the property browser, there's not very many choices up there. It's because you need to select your object. So once we have our object selected that we want to apply the slider to, we just go down to where it says restrictors. Restrictors is how you restrict the movement of an object on a page. So we're going to go down, and where it says can move, see it right there? Right now it says can move freely. So when I grab onto an object, I can move it wherever I want. We can change that freely to say vertically. So can move vertically. Now watch, when I grab onto it, it only can move up and down on that straight path. And then I can also change that to can move horizontally. So now when I grab it, it only moves horizontally along that same path. So that's how we create those restrictors on an object. That's just one object. Let's say we wanted to make a grouping like I had with my vocabulary terms, and we have a word, a text, another kind of pull tab right there. See how I've got those three things together? Remember, with grouping, you just kind of touch all of them, and it doesn't have to be everything. It could just be, as long as your little selector box touches one part of it, it'll select it all. And then we're going to use that little grouping tool right there, and now they're grouped as one. I want you to watch this though, because remember, the only thing that has a restrictor on it is this blue box, not the red box or the text. So when I start doing my movement, see how my words and my other red box go everywhere? Because I haven't got a restrictor applying to them. So what we need to do is select this object, go to restrictors, get in our property browser, and right now if I look at can move, it's blank because all these objects have different rules applied to them. Let's select horizontally. So now everything that's selected on the page will move horizontally. When I grab it, there it goes. Notice how they all move as one. It's because now they're all applied to the same rule. If I want to change it to vertically, all I got to do is go vertically, click on it, and you're off and going. So that's how we do horizontal and vertical sliders with objects. Let's look at how we do sliding along a path now. So now I have a bold black line that I just used the line creator, the object creator to make, and I have this yellow smiley face. I'm going to make this yellow smiley face slide along this line here. So all you simply do is you click on the object you want to have move along the path. So I want this smiley face moving. So when I click it, go over to my property browser here, go down to restrictors, and where it says can move freely, we're going to put along a path. And then along a path, we need to tell what the path is. See the next box under it says move path. We're going to click on the little two dots right there to open up our selector I only have one object here to select from because I only have two things on the page, so I'm just going to say that shape, this kind of smiley face looking one and a smile looking one. Click OK. Now watch what happens when I go to move this yellow object. It's going to jump right on the line. There it is. So now it slides along the path. Kind of cool how that works, isn't it? And once again, you can make the path be anything you want. So I'm just going to make a plain old line here, and let's do it in a different color, and I'm just going to freehand it. There it goes, something like that. And now I'm going to go back and select my object I want to move, and let's change its path. So there it is right there along the path, and let's go select what path we want. Right now we have it on that one. I want it to be that one right there. So let's move along that path. Click on it. Now when I move it, it's going to jump right on it, and it's on that path. Notice how my smiley face is behind. I want it to be on top. To do that, we need to go over to our object browser and just move our smiley face to the top of the list. Oops. And now it's on top. So that's really quick how you can make it go any which way you want along a path. And don't forget the little cool trick of making it visible by just selecting the object itself, changing its color to white, and now it looks like it's hidden, moves a certain way by magic. So that's how we create restrictors and sliders.